champion. You can be a champion. I love that song. How is everyone doing today? It's great to see so many of you from all over the world. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Awesome. Yeah, let's quickly make a start. Let's quickly make a start. Yeah, I'll start with a prayer. Father, we pray that today yields good fruit for us and for the company and for Africa at large. We pray this in your name. Amen. Awesome. All right. Yeah. Can everyone hear me? Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yes, we can, sir.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Awesome. I would like to go around the room like it's our general culture, just to, I don't think there are too many of us here, right here, right now. And sometimes I like to keep it that way. So I'd like to go around the room and just have everyone just introduce themselves and just tell me where they are joining from. So your name, what you do, and then where you're joining from today. Awesome. I'll start with Ruby. Hi, Ruby.
Hello, hi Mobu, hi everyone. Good afternoon.
Hi.
My name is Ruby and I'm joining from Portsmouth.
Awesome. What do you do?
I'm vendor engagement lead at Africa Express / Frolancer, and I'm also a student at the moment. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And I see someone's whose title is Only You Motivate You. Only You Motivate You. I like that. So Only You Motivate You. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, hi everyone. Please can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a freelance video editor and graphic designer. And
amazing.
Yeah, I'm here to learn a lot of things from you guys. Yeah. And I'm impressed by what I see here. Thanks.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I really love the skill set you have, and I'll speak more about it in a bit.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Ibukun. Hi, Ibukun.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Ibukun Sixtus. I am a vendor engagement support staff, and I'm also a media associate at Frolancer.
Awesome.
Speaking from Abuja, Nigeria.
Amazing. Awesome. That's amazing. God's delight. I love that.
Hi,
God's
everyone.
Delight. Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So I'm God's Delight Agu, and I'm joining from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. I create
awesome.
content. I create content on social media. Okay, let's put it into a title. I'm a content writer and social media manager.
That's amazing.
Here.
Awesome. It's good having you. We are honored to have you in our midst. I'm going to Elvis. Hi, Elvis.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, sorry, I have a second speaker here.
We don't mind at all.
My name is Elvis. I'm actually speaking from Ogun State, Nigeria.
Awesome.
I'm the tech team lead at Africa Express, and yeah, part of the team building for Frolancer.
Awesome.
Nice to meet everyone.
Good to meet you. Good to hear from you from all the way from Ogun State. Love it. Joshua. Hi, Joshua.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes. So So my name is Joshua Ozoya, and I'm a professional graphic designer, a web developer, UI UX designer, and digital marketer.
Now,
So
wow.
I'm also a student. That's also. So I'm also a student, and apparently at home because of ASU strike. So I'm trying all my best to gather some knowledge, and once I graduate, I have my eyes set on so many things. So that's why I'm here, and I'll be following you on social media to learn from you. You should know that.
That's amazing. Where are you joining from?
Lagos.
Awesome.
Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah.
That's awesome. Great to have you here, Joshua. I love the pack of skill set. Awesome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Awesome. Emeka, I just saw you joined. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, this is Emeka speaking from Imo State. I'm a graphic designer, also act as design support staff for Frolancer.
Awesome.
The media team.
All the way from Imo State. That's amazing. Awesome. Ayo. Hi, Ayo.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Ayo Deji. Yeah, my name is Ayo Deji, and I'm joining from Abuja.
Amazing.
I am the media team lead for Africa Express. I have skill sets in photography, videography, and broadcasting.
Amazing. Amazing. Good to have you here, bro. Mrs. Joy.
Thank you.
Hiya.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Joy Eberendu, and I'm the accountant for Frolancer, corporate Frolancer, and I'm joining from the United Kingdom.
Awesome. That's cool. Good to have you here. Ridwan. Hi, Ridwan.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ridwan Ibrahim. I'm joining from Abuja, Nigeria. I'm into digital marketing, search engine optimization specific. I write content for blogs and more.
Amazing. Amazing. That's so cool to hear. I think Abuja people are winning today, but we'll find out. Mr. Izu.
Hi, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. I've been trying to message you. Please check your DM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My name is Izu. I'm majorly into communications, and at the moment, I am running the responsibilities of the assignments under the executive assistant to Mr. Mobu. And aside that, I have corporate skill set in terms of effective communications. At the moment, working with an organization known as the African Leadership Organization, located in Portsmouth, and their head office in Abuja, Nigeria. I developed as the responsibility of heading as the editor under one of the departments, and as the manager for the marketing and the sales of the organization.
Awesome.
So basically everything about my life is just centered around communications. And I'm so glad to be here today to learn and to also know more about the organization. Thank you.
Awesome. That's cool. Great to have you here.
From Abuja, Nigeria.
Awesome. Abuja again. Abuja is winning tonight. All right. Mr. Sixtus.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah. Firstly, Izu, I wanted to ask if the Clubhouse link is up and running. Hey, can you mute your please?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
It will be active in the next few minutes. I just wanted to ensure that Mr. Mobu is on.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. That's fine. Yes, everyone, good evening. I'm happy to have all of you here this evening. This is good. My name is Sixtus, and I'm the general manager of Frolancer. So I'm happy to have all of you here. So thank you, bro.
Awesome. Good to have you here, sisters. Where are you joining from?
We are on, sir.
Yeah, joining from Abuja, Nigeria. Sorry.
Yeah, joining from Abuja. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. That's amazing. All right. Let me join
I want to specially welcome.
Awesome. Let me join Izu on Clubhouse so that we can reach more people. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So welcome everyone. I can see a lot of people on Clubhouse as well as people who have joined me on Zoom. Welcome everyone. We are really excited to have you here. My name is Mobu, and put simply, I'm the servant leader or chief energy officer of Frolancer. And yeah, so I'm glad to be with everyone today. And it's good to see that people have joined from all over the world. And the main focus is we want to talk about, you know, this startup that we've all seen or we've all come across. This startup that forms my background, Frolancer. What is Frolancer and what are we trying to achieve with Frolancer and why is it important? So those are the questions that I'm going to be answering this evening, and I'm going to be throwing the floor open to as many of you as possible, and we're going to have like a good time together. I'm going to quickly rush through some notes that I prepared, and then it's just going to be a good time with all of us. Awesome. So what the first thing I would like to say, or I always like to say about Frolancer is that with Frolancer, we focus on taking African talents to the world, one service at a time, on the virtue of rising by lifting others. So we focus on taking African talents to the world, one service at a time, on the virtue of rising by lifting others. And throughout the evening, we will be explaining more about this concept. Just those on Zoom, can you let me know that you can see my slides?
Yes, I see.
Awesome.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Awesome. So our why. What is our why? Why do we exist? We exist to help Africa maximize its full economic potential by helping the world minimize its resource cost in a non-exploitative and impactful way. So I will say that again. We exist to help Africa maximize its full economic potential by helping the world minimize its resource cost in a non-exploitative and impactful way. Simon Sinek wrote a book called Starting with Your Why. And whilst preparing for this discussion this evening, I had to think long and hard about what are we actually trying to do? And most importantly, why are we actually trying to do what we are doing? And I noticed that across all our verticals, the main thing we are trying to resolve is to help Africa maximize its full economic potential by helping the world minimize its resource cost in a non-exploitative and impactful way. So by saying that, it means that we believe that Africa's economic potential has not been met. Africa's economic potential has not been met. In Africa, we have, under the age of 30, 980 million people. I repeat, in Africa, under the age of 30, we have 980 million people. 980. The whole of Europe is just 700 million. Meaning that we have more people under the age of 30 than you have in the continent of Europe. And yet, Europe commands economic authority far greater than that of Africa, with much less the resources that Africa has. I don't know if you know that Africa has 60% of the world's arable land. 60%. 33% of all the world's natural resources are found in Africa. 33%. We have a third of the world's natural resources. And of course, the most youthful population in the entire world. But there are a lot of things that needs to be in place before we can meet our full economic potential. I will start with what I call our story. And it's going to feel a little bit like a monologue because I would have to read it out. So the story really started in 2016 when I wrote the book, African Future Leaders. And in writing this book, I was writing this book from the perspective of a thought leader. I wrote the book thinking that, okay, yeah, I would be a good advisor, to governments or to people who are doing amazing things across Africa. That was my mindset when I was writing the book. I wanted to provoke thoughts. I wanted to provoke people into action through the book that I wrote in 2016, and I believe at the age of 25. But in writing this book, the book led me to research on what countries and continents did to set themselves on a path to success. And it became so apparent to me on how pivotal human capital development was in the growth of all the regions I researched. So shortly after my book was written and also my full integration into the corporate space, I became very mindful of those who needed my assistance, even from the very little I had. And one thing that I saw that was common across the people who needed my help from the little I had was that a few of them were more educated. I was telling someone that at some point, Dangote was hiring drivers and made the minimum requirement PhD. And yet, he was oversubscribed. A lot of people applied. A lot of people that needed my help or my assistance, even when from the very little I had, we are more educated. Africans are very educated. Quite a lot of them were more talented than I was. Most of them were more daring than I was. But they lacked access to opportunities that I was exposed to just based on their location. Now, if the pandemic has not taught us anything, it has taught us that location is not a barrier to work and productivity. And this is why Frolancer is built on the premise that people can do amazing things from anywhere, and as such are in the best place to lift themselves out of poverty. You see, a lot of countries spend lots of money on border control to prevent people from coming into their countries. But a lot of them do not consider that no one really wants to leave their home, their friends, and their people. So the main thing that people are really after is opportunity. People do not really want to japa from Nigeria, for example. People do not really want to japa from Africa. The main thing that people are after is this word, opportunity. An opportunity does not need border control. So at Frolancer, we believe that people with opportunity are in the best place to build their community, and hence why we have our Community Day program that we continue to do on the 25th of every month. And we tie this to the UN SDG goals. So we also strongly believe that people with opportunity are in the best place to introduce others to that opportunity, which is why we have a mentoring system that encourages people on our platform to receive and be a helping hand. And the fact that this is incentivized is an icing on the cake. So we've built Frolancer as an African solution to the world's talent shortage, which is more affordable, strategically aligned, and much better for the rest of the world. So our goal is to help the talented African get opportunities that will help him or her get to $200 a month and save our counterparts around the world over 75% of their wage bill. And this would be the perfect win-win between the world and Africa. For undiscovered talents, we get them into our mentoring program, which strives to help them discover, develop, deploy, and maximize boundless opportunities, which are enabled by Frolancer. See, the change we need, the opportunities we have, the solutions we desire, all starts with one. And Frolancer hopes to be one of the mediums that a lot of people will give and get one opportunity that changes the trajectory of a life, a business, whilst also solving the world's talent issues and Africa's huge unemployment issue, which is either a ticking time bomb or the biggest opportunity for the world. The choice is ours. You see, according to Africa Development Bank, 12 million youths in Africa join the job market each year, but are only met with 3 million jobs. And if we extrapolate this across the number, the 980 million youths that we have 500 million people unemployed across Africa. So Frolancer is about creating the platform that enables this opportunity. So if someone should ask you, what is Frolancer? What is Frolancer? Our what is simply in this acronym, platform. We are a platform. We are an enabling platform for you. But what does that mean? We start with the word P. The P stands for people. Because Frolancer, we connect people from all over the world to people in Africa who can meet their business support needs. So people from all over the world are connected to people in Africa who can meet their business support needs. That's number one thing that we do. Secondly, leadership. So leaders that through impact will transform their community. So as we provide a platform on the 25th of every month, we believe that you also can do something, or you are doing something for your community already. We want to enhance this. We want the world to see that you don't need charity. We don't need charity. We don't need more NGOs. We really don't. We actually just need work. And if we have work, if we have opportunity, we will change our own society by our own self. So we don't need people to keep giving us stipends. No, that's not what we need. We need opportunity. And with opportunity, Frolancer hopes to build a new breed of leaders in Africa that care about not just themselves, but their community at large. We also believe that Frolancer should focus on affordability. And the reason why we believe that affordability is very important. I was telling some people from my team on Friday, I said, did you know that according to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, if you earn 12,000 naira a month, you are classed as above the poverty line? 12,000 naira a month. Well, I'm speaking across Africa. This represents something like $21. So Nigeria, which is the biggest economy in Africa, says that if you earn $21 a month, you are above the poverty line. I personally find that figure ridiculous. But what I found more ridiculous was when they followed that up by saying that even with that, 90 million people in Nigeria are below the poverty line. Meaning that in spite of the low figure of 12,000 naira per month that qualifies you to be above the poverty line, 90 million Nigerians cannot boast of that 12,000 naira per month. So the problem is huge. But we want to help at least 100,000 talented African youths earn $200 a month within the next 3 years. We say 100,000, even though we know that people that need our help is over 500 million people. But we say 100,000 just to make it a bit more realistic for us. Because how can you even start to solve this problem for 500 million people? So we are starting with a focus of 100,000 people to earn $200 a month. And I'm happy to say that by looking at the figures of some of the Frolancers currently, even though we just started in February, a lot of Frolancers who had nothing, like who were not doing very well in the past can say that they earn over $200 a month as we speak. A lot of people, some of you have already started recording such statistics, such numbers. It is important to us. We want to partner with you to help a lot more people achieve what you've achieved. You might not know the significance of this $200. But this brings, one person you impacts about 4 people. So by impacting one person, it trickles down to our entire community. But even if you are not there yet, even if you are not earning there that sort of amount yet, that's where we want to help you get to, at least. And I'll have you know that in the US, you are considered to be below the poverty line when you earn about $1,200 per month. And I mean, you that might be earning 20,000 naira might look at that and say, oh, convert it and it looks like a lot of money. But having lived in both parts of the world, I can tell you that someone that has 20,000 naira per month is more or less the same as someone that earns $1,200 per month and lives in the United States or lives in the UK, because you cannot afford your basic fundamental human needs. You can't. And this is why, for businesses who are based in these places, we are saying to them, rather than struggling to pay people who, no matter the amount of money you pay them, they are not going to meet up. Why not help yourself by employing people in Africa? It is going to cost you less, but use that to gain capacity. Use that to gain advantage. And after that, you can now come back to recruit more people, but for something that at least can put a roof and food over their heads wherever you are located in the world. Africa, the world needs Africa to help in resourcing the future, because the cost of things all over the world is going up by the day. So one way that the world can reduce their cost is by coming to Africa to buy some of the things that they need and to get some of the services that they also need for their businesses. Training. So, I mean, you wouldn't find another organization that does what we do, that every single month we will meet with you. We believe that continuous training across our parallels helps the entire community thrive, and which is why Frolancer is also highly focused on mentorship. We are highly focused on mentorship because we believe that people who have achieved can help others achieve, and people who have achieved are in the best place to help others achieve. And we believe that Africans are good people and we can help ourselves come. We don't need, when some NGOs send people, when they send one person to Nigeria, sometimes they spend $5,000 to send one person. Sometimes sometimes I've had NGOs that spend more, 10,000 to send one person. That 10,000 in jobs can have more impact than any NGO can have. If 10,000 in your hands can definitely have and much more impact than any NGO can have. In fact, let me even put it this way. $1,000 in your hands is more significant than $10,000 in an NGO's hand, because they don't know how to go about fixing the issues in our community. We are in the best place to build our communities up. So training is something that we emphasize on. So another thing that makes up our what is find. So we find the right jobs and we match them to the right people. And if you're on our platform and you've made use of the gig feature or applying for job feature, you will notice that sometimes you see jobs that are matched to your skill set that you can apply to, or people who are in need of your skill set do reach out to you from time to time, and more of this is going to come. Another thing that we provide order. So we provide structures that enable talents to thrive in a high trust environment. Some of you who have gotten gigs would have seen that you will see your money coming as a pending balance, and this will wait until you've delivered your job. And then once you've delivered your job, you can withdraw your money to your account. The reason we do that is that we need to build trust for Africans. We need to put ourselves, ourselves and our company in the gap to say, trust us, and trust Africa, trust Africans, because there is a lot that has happened in the media. They've come, these people that do 419 and stuff like that, they've completely destroyed our image. So we knew that if we were going to build a platform that the world will use and the world will trust Africans to do their work and exchange money, it needed to be an environment of order, an environment that had things that enhance trust. Responsibility is another thing that forms our work. Responsibility is unilateral, and we are all responsible for one another. When you see something is not right, you see, one of the reasons we have these meetups is that we are not building this alone. We are not building this in silo. We can't. Like I said earlier, 500 million youths in Africa need jobs. Just a few of us cannot. So we need your feedback. Anything that you see is not right on Frolancer, don't just go and write on Twitter and say, oh, Frolancer. No, give us feedback and we are going to resolve it. A lot of you have brought feedback and you've seen how quickly we've responded to it. Maybe there are things that are not as clear. Tell us on time. And let's fix things together and let's build these things together. When we are building these things, we're not just building it for you right now. We are building it for generations of Africans to come. Because as much as Africa has the highest youth population, we also have the highest reproduction population in the world. So it means that things are only going to get better. I use that word better very carefully. Things are only going to get better. But if care is not taken, if we do not do something about the problems that we've seen, then things might get out of hand. The last thing that forms our work is modeling Africa. Every single one of you should be a model for Africa. You've seen how in modeling, models, they even if the clothes is not very fine, but once a model is, I'm married to a model, so I know. Just give the model the clothes. Even if it's a cloth, you just put a scissors through and give it to the model. The way they will wear it, you would not know that it's a cloth that was just cut by scissors. So modeling is key. Every single one of us is an ambassador for Africa. I say to people, even when it's raining hailstorm in Africa, when you're working with a client based outside of Africa and they ask you, how are things going? Tell them it's beautiful, bright, and sunny. You are not lying. I'm telling you the truth. You are not lying. You are speaking things that be not as though they were. You are an ambassador. Because sometimes a lot of the things that we've heard about the West, about London, about US and stuff, I think they've modeled this place to us. They've sold their own places to us. That we have an image in our minds about their land. But some of us that have been privileged to go around, we know that it's not the way they say it. It's not the way they say it. They don't tell you that even the chair in your house, you cannot own it. They won't tell you. They don't tell you that even if you made, like I said to you, someone that makes $1,200 in America per month, you are as poor as someone that's earning 5,000 naira. But they won't tell you. So we need to model Africa. We are ambassadors for Africa. So we must present an excellent image for Africa. We speak things that be not as though they were. And when we see good news about Africa, I tell you the truth, we need to amplify it. Whenever you see bad news about Africa, please don't be part of those that sends it to 50 people on WhatsApp. Don't be part of those that share it with people on Facebook. Please, I beg you. Because for us here in the West, when there is bad news, the only thing that we see is flower and where people come together to hold hands. The only time, one of the times America had a huge quarrel with the UK was because the pictures from a terrorist attack in Manchester was released by American news sources. They did not release the pictures of the place. What they now release is where people have laid down flowers and people were holding hands and singing, and then security forces had formed, a shield around the place. So they are selling something to us. We must also sell something back to the world. We must sell a better image of Africa by amplifying any good, no matter how tiny the good is. Let us sell our own good. Let's sell, even if it is sand, let's tell them that this sand, you see this sand, is fine sand. It's amazing sand. Why? Because it comes from Africa. It is important. Dubai has done this, and this is one of the reasons that Dubai is where it is today. So our how, what's our how? When it comes to our how, most of you here, or most of you listening to me, would have seen that we have a platform. We have a platform. We have our website, Frolancer.com, where you can go, register and list your services, and also put out your gigs, apply for jobs. We have this platform. This is the platform we have, guys. Amplify it. Share it with your friends. They can find opportunities. Send it to people that need jobs. They might find opportunities. And if you are here and you are listening in the capacity of a client, this is a platform whereby you can find the best talents from Africa. You can find the best of Africa. You can find talented youths from Africa. You can help impact lives by getting your work done. You can impact lives by getting your work done. And guess what? You still save money in the process. I don't see why you would ever use. Our platform combines impact, high capacity talents, and affordability. You can find the best of the best on Frolancer. African youths are truly amazing, and they cannot wait to serve you. So the first thing that forms our how is the platform. And also on the platform, like I said, you have access to applying for jobs and all those kind of things that you can do, and getting work and making money in USD, and also getting your money in your local currency. So through Frolancer, you can, through Frolancer, you can actually live abroad. I know people, even as I speak here, I'm seeing people that in the last year, majority of their earnings have come from abroad. So you might as well say that the person lives abroad, even though they're in Nigeria. Money is sweet. Dollars is sweet. That person that I told you, that if they earn $1,200 in the US, that they are poor. The person in Africa, if they earn just $500, they are enjoying themselves. So, there are lots of opportunity Frolancer presents you. And also, I know some of you must have seen or might have come across something called Community Day, and perhaps you're not sure what it is. Community Day is a day that we show the world that, look, give us opportunity, we'll take care of our community. Don't come and pretend that you're digging boreholes for that. Don't come and pretend that you are doing NGOs. Let me tell you something. Those are the biggest scam. Some of them would take $10. Out of that $10 that they took from donors, what will get to people in I don't know where in Africa, what will get to people is just 50 cents. So let me put it this way, so that imagine they took 10,000 naira. Let's use that. They took 10,000 naira from donors. What gets to people is something like 50 kobo. 50 kobo out of that money that they took. So they're truly not they're truly not really for us. In fact, they are happier the more problems we have, because the more they can get donations to sell, the more they can sell their markets. But for us, when opportunities are given to us, we're saying to the world that on the 25th of every month, watch and see what I will do for my brother. Watch and see what I will do for that man on the street. Watch and see what I will do for the motherless baby's home that is next to my house. Watch and see that I will pay for someone's school fees. Watch and see that I will feed someone that is hungry. Watch and see that I can build my community myself. So on the 25th of every month, we talk about Community Day, and it's something that is very encouraging on our platform. It's something that we actually, if you go to your wallet on Frolancer, you will see that there is something called impact earnings. So by making an impact, you attract earnings to yourself. It is very important to us, and it's very important for Africa to have leaders who are more focused, not just on themselves, but on others. And also part of our impact is that we have our mentorship program. And through our mentorship program, you are given access when you qualify to be a mentor, or you apply to be a mentor, and we accept you as a mentor. You are given access to mentor 5 people in whatever skill set that you have. And you see, a child will not remain a child forever. Those 5 people end up mentoring another 5 people. And when your first 5 people are mentoring their first 5 people, That means that 25 people have been mentored. That 25 people will end up mentoring another 5 people each. That means 125 people have been mentored. That 125 people will end up mentoring another 25 people each. That means 3,000 people have been mentored. And by the time we actually give earnings, we allow you earn up to your 7th generation. And I'll have you know that by the time, if you're lucky enough to get to your 7th generation, you have 70,000 people potentially earning something for you. And how did it start? It all started by how you helped just 5 people. Meaning that on our platform, if you are to focus on impact as you earn yourself, that the time will come that it's not the job that you complete that will pay you, but the job that has come through, the earnings that have come through your impact will end up paying you. I say to people that if you focus on just yourself, your last job will be your last earning on Frolancer. But if you focus on building others, when on this your journey, on this journey that you are going on, if you focus on building others as well, you earn for a lifetime. It's starting small now. But you know, people that joined YouTube at the beginning, some of them are the people that have 100 million subscribers, 200 million subscribers. That is how it started. And this is how it can actually start for you, by making sure that it's not just about you, it's also about other people. So you've heard me say a lot of things, and I just want to touch about some of our socioeconomic impacts. And I would be moving directly into our question and answer time. We want to help, provide jobs for millions of people. We want to help provide jobs for millions of people. We know that perhaps, yes, our governments have not done as well as they can. But we don't want to be part of the chorus. Everyone knows that they haven't done as well as they can. So we don't need to continue chorusing that. We just want to be a part of the solution. For me, one of the reasons I started, when I was building a startup called Africa Express, and we're still building Africa Express, which is a platform whereby, people are able to make things like manufacturers from Africa can sell their goods to people all over the world. On building Africa Express, I noticed that I wanted to say that it was built by Africans, but for the world. But when I went to most places that they said that people get jobs from, when I used to go to those places, I would notice that I only find Indians, I only find, people from Ukraine, people from everywhere but Africa. It was just difficult finding Africans. So I knew that those solutions were not working for us. And by the time I meet 1 or 2 people that are from Africa who are on those platforms, and they tell us some of the challenges that they are facing, I'm like, why is someone trying to do work, legitimate work, and then you're still making the person feel like a criminal? And then when it's time for them to withdraw their money, you're giving them rates that are just so ridiculous, making the person go through so much hoops. We designed Frolancer to be focused on Africa. If we wanted to really make money, if money was our focus with this, we would have called it Indie Lancer and focus on Indians, because this is the way they cruise with this freelancing business. But for us, it's not the money now that is our focus. our focus is the long-term effect of the change we want to see in Africa. So jobs for millions of Africa is one of the first economic impacts of Frolancer. So reduction of unemployment rates. Like I said to you, unemployment is rife. Some people in some quarters, they will say 60%. In some quarters, you hear all manner of figures, but if you get down to the nitty-gritty, unemployment is rife in Africa. We want to reduce this by doing what we can. And also, still on that, we want to increase the inflow of Forex into Africa. And this will lead to the strengthening of African economies, local economies, our own currencies. A lot goes out from us. A lot of arrows are pointing out of Africa. We want inflows. We want inflows into Africa, and that's the only way we can build our currencies and build our economy. We want to balance the trade deficit. We want to help balance the trade deficit. You know, Africa has a negative trade deficit with every place in the world. Negative trade deficit. What we import is always more than what we export, both in goods and in services. So we want to help balance this out by using, you know, services as a key export from Africa through our human resource richness. Also, we want to reduce reduction of immigration and the brain drain. You know, the West, you know, the rest of the world knows how to take the best of Africa and take it away from Africa. And these people end up building their own societies. We want to help reverse this. We want to help people know that from Africa, opportunities can meet you in Africa. And therefore, there's no need to leave your beautiful home. There's no need to leave your beautiful weather. There's no need to leave your beautiful food. There's no need to leave your free air. There's no need to leave your free TV. There's no need to leave your own land. There's no need to leave the fact that if you have built a house, it's your house. There's no need to leave the fact that if you have money in your bank, it's your own. There's no need to leave your friends, your community. There's no need to leave the fact that if you just go out on the streets, you will see orange tree, you will see mango, you will see pawpaw, you will see sugar cane, you eat something on the way. There's no need to leave all those things. There's no need to leave the fact that if you leave your house, you can go and buy suya. You can see where they are roasting corn. There's no need to leave those things. It might not be, it might sound very funny right now, but it is the truth. There's no need to leave fresh coconut. I mean, there is no need to leave our society. If we can build what's inside, you know, the world will come to us. Opportunities will come to us. And Frolancer is helping to keep Africa in Africa. And then high productivity level due to the remote working. It's been proven that people work, you know, best even remotely. So it's been proven that, and before, people did not know that, oh, people can really do much work from their homes. But now people are aware, thanks to COVID. People are aware, so we know that that is going to help a lot. So reduction in youth restiveness, conflict, and then conflict leading to better security. The reason why we have all this, most of the issues we have back home, even down to internet fraud, down to you know, some of the insecurity challenges that they have, even down to IPOP, down to Boko Haram, down to all the, even herdsmen, down to all those things. The reason we have those insecurity challenges, kidnap, is based on the fact that a hungry man, people, if someone does not have something to eat, You almost leave them no choice. The cost of things have gone up recently here in the UK, and then we noticed that, you know, shoplifting has increased. The other day, my mom was at the supermarket. You know, she left her bag just to pick something else. Piam, the bag was gone. Now people are getting desperate. Some people that have, if you have good car around the UK now, before you have to lock your wheel, lock your steering, because things are getting hard for people. People are finding more, and this is just, we have this problem in Africa in a scaled manner. This is the problem that we've seen in Africa. So we are trying to be part of the solution to see that this stops. And also reduction in retirement dependency on the government. Like I said, through Frolancer, if you focus on impact, you aim for a lifetime, meaning that you won't depend on government for retirement. I mean, they don't pay anyway, so we don't need to depend on them. So you can make it. You can set yourself up, you know, by some of the things that we're doing with Frolancer. And then environment. We believe that you are reducing carbon footprints, because most of you that work on Frolancer and with Frolancer do not need to travel to work. You're working from your houses, you know. So by that, you're not part of, you know, you're not encouraging carbon emissions because you're not traveling anywhere to do your work. And then you're also helping clients offset their carbon footprints because they are consuming carbon in other activities they're doing. So by you reducing your own carbon footprints, you are helping them. And also we encourage sustainable environment enhancing activities through our community day initiatives. So we encourage you, when you get time, see things like planting trees. It's good for our environment. But what I would say on behalf of my wife is that when you're planting trees, don't plant trees like the way they planted here. Plant something that someone can come and pluck something and eat on their way to somewhere. Don't plant something that is just useless. You know, leaves everywhere. But plant trees that people can find beneficial. And then not just the trees, but even we want you to think about, you know, and when we say we want you to think about energy, sustainable energy, we're not even saying it from a point of view of think about it as a way just for the sake of reducing environmental costs. No, that's you need it in Africa. You need it in Africa. You can say bye-bye to PHCN. You can say bye-bye to NEPA. You can say you know, we kept in our team, we kept having issues with lights. We kept having issues with lights. At some point, I got fed up. I told our tech team lead, look, let's resolve this. How much is it going to cost us to get solar? And then we got solar. And since then, we haven't had a break and quench. In fact, that was some people that joined our early beta phase might have noticed that at some point it would be like part of it was NEPA. And even if it wasn't NEPA, so people that had generator, okay, there was no fuel. So people did not have what they will use to work. So part of the things that we encourage, there's a service called Lumos, the yellow box. If you can get Lumos, invest in it. It's quite good. 5,000 Naira subscription a month. It will help you. Or if you can invest in solar as opposed to generator, it will help you as well. So environmental, think about the environment. The environment is ours. And on your community day, if you feel like going to help your community, clear rubbish from somewhere, clear plastics from somewhere, those kind of things can turn to money generating things for you, you know. And the rest of the world, when they're doing work with you, they would like to see or know that it's more than the job that they are giving you, that you are also doing something for your community. And then we talk about gender equality or just equality in general. So remote working eliminates gender bias because there is more focus on the work than the individual. You are not really seeing the person you are working with. So you don't really judge the person. I mean, someone that works on Frolancer, you can be crippled, nobody knows. You are doing your job. You can be blind, nobody knows. You can do your job. You can be fine, nobody knows. You are doing your job. You can be ugly, nobody knows. You are doing your job. You can be a stammerer, nobody knows, but you can do your job. Whereas when you introduce, from a more physical perspective, when people start seeing people and stuff like that, the bias comes in. So we're eliminating bias by giving people the forum, to do work remotely, and also better childcare, as parents can look after their kids and still work remotely. So I hope that by some of the things I've shared, I've sort of introduced you to Frolancer, and I will be opening up the floor to questions and answers from all of you. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, any questions? And this could be about what I've said about the platform, anything. We are really going to be answering questions. Sisters, you are speaking, but you're mute. Thank you, God's Delight. Thank you. And if you have a question from Clubhouse as well, please just let Izu know, and he will bring you up to the stage, and you can ask me any questions at all. Yeah. Questions?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Hi, God's Delight.
Hi. So I dropped a message in the chat previously. I think I got logged off at some point. So I was just asking, is there a provision for someone who would like to volunteer their skills on the freelancer team? Is there a provision like that? Yeah, the Frolancer team, sorry.
Okay, yes, there is. There are provisions like that. I mean, we are, yeah, definitely. If you like to be part of such a thing, just reach out to Sisters. So he's on, just chat him up and probably give him your details, and I'm sure he will be able to reach out.
How do I chat him up?
Okay, Sisters, take note of God's Delight and just follow up with her.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome.
Okay, yes, I responded to God's Delight. Is there any new question from her?
Sure.
No, I didn't see the response. My internet logged me off at some point, so I lost all the chats, previous chats.
Awesome. So Sisters, please try and reach out to God's Delight and see if you can assist, okay?
Yeah, I will do that. I think God's Delight, I sent a message. Please follow up to it. I don't know if you got my message I sent to you.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you check the chat, general chat, or let me send it to your private chat.
Awesome. Okay, any other question? I think Richmond wants to come up from Clubhouse, so. Hi, Richmond. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. Definitely. Now, I was saying definitely it's great to, yeah, I was just echoing what you were saying. Right. Awesome. Great question from Richmond. I hope those on Clubhouse could hear, no, on Zoom, sorry, could hear Richmond as well. Can you let me know if you heard Richmond?
No, it was really fast.
Okay. So two things that Richmond.
Yes, we did.
Okay. So two things that Richmond wanted to know is that what motivated me to start this? Quite a number of things. So Richmond, from your accent, I probably can tell that you're in the US. And am I correct? Awesome. All right. But what we notice is that in the US, freelancers made up 26% of the workforce. In fact, 26% of all freelancers in the world right now are people from the United States. And, and freelancing is a market that has, they command about $1.5 trillion in trade right now. But, I was building a platform called Africa Express, where it's the Alibaba of Africa. And I wanted this to say to people that this platform was built by Africans for the world. And I went on, some of the platforms that you might know and some of the ones that you mentioned to look for people. I noticed that our people were not really there. And some of them that were there, if it was a guy, some of them had to lie that they were females. Some of them had to change their names. Some of them had to, perhaps like get in contact with someone like yourself, to use maybe your PayPal, because they didn't have access to PayPal. They didn't have access to, they had the skills, but they didn't have a way to get paid. So they were almost made to feel like criminals for just trying to get opportunities. But that culminated into Africa only representing 1.5% of the entire freelance market. And Africa, as you know, Africa has over 26% of the world's population. So why should it make up just 1% of freelancing? And then, when you go back to Africa, you see a lot of skilled people, heavily skilled people. And when they tell you what they're going through, when they tell you what they are earning after maybe 6 days in a week, you won't believe it. And then in spite of that, 500 million youths in Africa do not even have those little opportunities. And then one of the issues I was having that really made me know that I really needed to build this is that from a UK point of view, because during that project, I was based in the UK. I had 3 staffs in the UK. And basically the cost of just, one full-time staff in the UK could pay for 5 to 10 people in Africa. So I saw that there's a perfect win-win here. There's a perfect, there's something that could be done to connect, to create a bridge that connects the 2 people. And both of them can really help themselves grow their business, help themselves grow in lives. And another thing is that we wanted it to be impact focused, because a lot of the times we see NGOs from the States, we see NGOs from Europe, but like what I was saying earlier, I said that $10,000 in the hands of an NGO is less than $1,000 in the hands of an African that got it through doing a job, because they can do more for their community with $1,000 in their hands than an NGO could ever do with 10,000 in their bank. So Africans are in the best place to change their society. And touching on some of the growth factors, since launching our beta phase late February and really launching it in March, we've had over 5,000 people, register on the platform. And something that gives me a lot of joy is this. It might not seem very significant to you and I right now, because you are in the States. I'm currently in the UK. But Nigerian youths since March, between March and now, have withdrawn over 3 million naira to their bank accounts through work that they've done. And then a lot of, I know someone that he had to, I don't know, he quit his 9 to 5, right? And then it's now focused on working on Frolancer full time, and he tripled his income working in a more convenient, comfortable environment. And he's able to do more now. He's able to be more. He's able to imagine more. He's able to connect more. And that's it really. We're just at the starting phases, but we see a huge future ahead of us, because like I said, 500 million youths in Africa are unemployed. So the human capital potential that Africa provides to the rest of the world is massive, it's huge. And a lot of this youths in Africa, are very qualified at the things that they do, but without opportunity, you cannot express your qualification. Like everything you see on Frolancer, for example, was built by people in Africa. And if you go into the platform, you'll see that it's an intricate, dealing with super algorithms. Like it was built very logically. It was built just this, probably better than the standard that Facebook started, but it's definitely better than the standard of Fiverr when they started, of the standard of Upwork when they started, much better. And it was all built by youths in Africa. And everything we are really doing, Africans are contributing to it. And in the same way they've contributed to build this, they can help build any business based anywhere in the world. So we're creating that handshake. I hope I answered your question, Richmond. Awesome. Awesome. We will come back. I'll come back to that. So hold on. Any other questions? Any other person?
There are questions in the chat.
Okay, questions on the chat. Izu, if you're here, can you read out the questions on the chat, please? Samuel.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this question from, we have this question from Ghostlight Ago. So sorry, please let me get on the question. Okay, sorry, from Only You Motivate You. I would like to ask, how regular, yes, hold on please, James, just so you can take the question as well. We'll come back to you, James, so welcome on the platform. I would like to ask, how regular will you be getting updates, update newsletters from the Chief Executive Officer and from the platform as well? So that's the question on the platform of Zoom. Am I correct?
All right. Yeah, how regularly?
Yes, that's the question.
And what else should we expect in future that might be positive variation from other freelance platforms out there?
Awesome. So we can say this, at least on a monthly basis, you are going to have direct access to myself, and you can tell me anything. I'm going to make my email public as well, so you can write me directly to tell me anything about ideas you have for us. Let's build this together. And in terms of some things that are new that might be coming, we would need to fully maximize the amazing things that we've built right now. Like our mentorship platform is like none other. The logic behind it is super clever. Something that basically you impact 5 people and you could end up, you focus on impacting just 5 people and you could end up earning from a tribe of over 70,000 people. Nobody is going to beat that anytime soon. So it's going to start with maximizing the things that we have on ground now, and we continue to enhance things like the messenger features. We continue to enhance the application process, and then enhancing things. Recently, we brought up features that like a recurring feature. And that's something other platforms do not have. Like, so we are focusing.
Your mic on Clubhouse, please. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Sorry for people on the Clubhouse. I was answering quite a very good question. I'm really sorry. Okay, so like I was saying, like we have some amazing features that we are building across our platform, like the mentorship. Earning through mentorship is quite a unique feature that is not seen on any other platform. And also another thing that is quite good and unique about Frolancer is that you can earn in dollars or in pounds or in any currency and just withdraw your money to your Access bank account back home within 2 minutes. We don't even wait. Some of them will tell you two weeks later you'll get your money. None of that. And then we partnered with some of the amazing payment gateways in Africa too. In fact, we literally contended with them to give you the best rates. So some of you will see that probably when you started on Frolancer, you saw that our exchange rate was 410 410 naira to $1. But right now, after about 2-3 weeks, because we were basically going back and forth with some of our partners. Right now, I think you probably can withdraw 580 or 580 something, and it's gonna be in your bank account within 2 minutes. So let's try and maximize the ones that we've done right now, and lots of amazing features. Like we have the impact forum, whereby you can communicate with people. So we've kind of built like a social media as well in there, so that you can connect with people of like minds, and develop really. And together we can build a better Africa. Awesome. Thank you, Zu.
Thank you very much, sir. That works. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, Mr. James. Please, the mic is yours. You can ask your question now. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah. All right. My role is I like to call myself the Chief Energy Officer, because I'm everything to everyone. Because what it is right now, because we still have like we have quite a small team. We have a team of about 19 people. But I mean, if the UX designer is designing, I'm in there in Figma. If the developer is coding, I'm in there reading the code. If the business analyst is going through requirements, I'm in there in Jira. So basically, if the finance team, if they're not delivering, I'm in there. If the media team, I'm in there. I'm basically sold out to a better Africa. That's really what I am in the organization. So, but also, yes, I am the founder, and I'm the main person. Although I have some co-founders, but I am the main face of the brand, and yeah, that's it. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you so much. That's great, a great question, and thank you for commending our approach. Like you said, we don't really need to reinvent the wheel. We just have to make the wheel work for us. But yeah, to answer your question, like for example, we're focused on three things. We're focused on media, product, and empowerment. Now, with media, we are telling people all over the world that Africans. We have this program that we run on a weekly basis on YouTube. It's called "What's Good in Africa This Week," So with what's good in Africa this week, what we are focused on doing is telling the world that you can work with Africa, you can work with Africans, and here are reasons why you should. You know, it's more, you would have more impact, you know. You will change lives in the process. You will get your work done by people who are highly qualified. And Africa is not necessarily what you see on TV. So that's one thing. We are in the media telling the world that work with Africa. And then second thing that we do is basically the product. We enhance and build our products to be high trust, I call it a high trust environment. So it's a place that encourages, you know, two people to trust themselves. Because the same way, and we're gonna be quite honest, the same way that some people around the world do not necessarily um, trust Africans in doing business with them online, is the same way Africans do not trust the world in doing business with them, because a lot of Africans have been beaten online. So there's a trust issue between Africa and the rest of the world that we've enabled our environment, our platform to bridge. So we are aware of that, and we continuously build our platform in such a way that the technology is one that enhances trust. And then thirdly, the next thing we do is empowerment. Empowerment in the fact that we are quite involved with a lot of building up of the labor force in Africa to say, look, you are equal with the rest of the world. You have great talent. You know, that talent you have is an asset to the world. You know, the code you write is amazing. The way you edit videos is amazing. Your social media posts, your social media designs is amazing. Just look at some of the softer things that you need. Learn how to communicate with the rest of the world. The rest of the world, there's there's a way they communicate. There's a way they expect outcomes. And then on a monthly basis, we have these interactions. We call them town halls with people across the platform. And then also there is a lot of marketing and campaigns going out to people on a weekly basis to basically just push some of these agendas that are positive agendas for Africa. So those are some of the things that we are doing currently. Thank you, James. Yes. Thank you, Jens. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Awesome. Any other questions? Let's take one from Zoom now, and then we'll come back to Clubhouse. Any questions from Zoom, Izu? Samuel? You're mute.
Talking to me?
Yeah. No, I was trying to get some questions from Zoom. So any questions from Zoom?
No question at the moment. No
okay.
question at the moment here.
All right. Just let me throw it open. People on Zoom, any questions about all the things we've said, all the things you've heard today? Anyone? All right. Since we don't have any question on Zoom yet, we can go back to a question on a question from our Clubhouse. So Richmond, I'll come back to Richmond first before I come back to you, Jens. Richmond, do you have any other question? You did say you have more. You had more earlier.
Yes, I wanted to. Can everyone hear me? I don't know.
Yeah, we can hear you.
But I'm sure it is a concern, and I'm sure it is. Sometimes it does hinder business in terms of, electricity, consistent electricity, and internet access to internet, high-speed internet for the freelancers to be able to get work done and meet those deadlines. So, is that somewhat part of your roadmap in terms of not addressing it, because again, there's not much we can do, but maybe partnerships with certain business centers, certain places around markets that you're familiar with, where freelancers can go and get guaranteed access to these things so that they can get work done. And then I think the last question, I know there's a lot of questions. The third one would be, is it very similar to Upwork, where there's like an escrow sort of, there's an escrow funnel where, to build the trust, you put in a certain amount of money and then the work gets done and then the remainder happens or whatever it may be. So like those are the three questions that I had. Thank you.
Awesome. I'll start with the last one because it's the simplest to answer. It's yes, we have an escrow service on the platform, and how it works is that you pay, but it's only a pending balance until the work gets completed. And then once you are satisfied with the work that has been done, the money then gets released to the freelancer, who can then withdraw it to their bank account within 2 minutes. That's one. I will address the first one you asked, which is, are we live across Africa? Yes, we are live across Africa, but because of the fact that we need to, limit or ensure that we're maximizing our spend in terms of ads and stuff, we are sort of focusing a lot of our marketing in Nigeria and UK and US. Because we know that if we're able to solve the problems for the three markets, every other person will come along. But we are available in most of the African countries. And we have people on the platform from other African countries. In fact, we have people on the platform from Brazil, from Hungary, but our focus, our focus is that, just Africa, just Africans. That's my focus. And then to come to electricity and internet and stuff, the thing is this, like, those issues, okay, the one about internet largely has been solved, right? The one about internet largely has been solved in the sense that there are providers on the continent who already provide great internet, 4G internet, and 5G is also coming to Africa, or it's probably already there. So I've had times that I work in Africa, and when I'm working in Africa, I've never internet has really never been a challenge for me. It's just by rather than relying on a phone for Wi-Fi for hotspot, I probably prefer MiFi. So there are solutions that are better for Africans, that and we all we just need to do is to push them towards the solutions and say, look, rather than depending on your phone hotspot, why not try getting a MiFi? One is cheaper for you, two is better, it has stronger connections, and all those kind of things. And then when it comes to the electricity issue, for us, we like to be we put sustainability first. So we encourage a lot of our freelancers to get solar. And the good thing is that, in Nigeria, for example, there's something called a yellow box, Lumos, and with just a subscription of something like $10 a month, someone can have reasonable level of electricity. And yeah, so it's just we as part of our media, we keep pointing people towards some of these solutions that would make their work and life easier. And one thing we found that is that, like, a lot of people actually spend or have spent a lot of money on generators and stuff like that. And but we just basically help them realize that the money you end up spending on generator probably would have helped you buy a good solar panel infrastructure that basically is basically free electricity. And yeah, so we point people in those directions. And then last thing, do we have like hubs where people can go to work? And that is part of our roadmap. We're gonna have hubs for basically some freelancers to go and do work. And yeah, we might probably not need to partner with people to do that, because we 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 need that presence in Africa to show people that there are opportunities. Because with the things that we are doing, we need to also be public. We need to be in front of people, um, um, just to put a voice out there to show people that there are alternatives um, to some of the things that some of their friends might have been frustrated into doing. So yeah, we're thinking about all those things in our roadmap. Awesome. Hope I answered your question, Richmond.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Any other question from anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I wanted to
Jens.
say something. So you answered one of my questions to Richmond, which was in terms of, because you talk about building trust, and this is where
Yeah.
you need a platform that is able to run some sort of an escrow,
Yeah.
so that funds can be secured and guaranteed for
Yeah.
when maybe services are not delivered to expected standards, and how soon freelancers can get money. So that answers that question. The other thing I wanted to ask is that how competitive are your fee structures, both on behalf of those who are the freelancers and also those who are expecting a service? And I ask this question because you made a point about real income. Essentially, you said $10,000 in the hands of an NGO is less than $1,000 in the hands of a freelancer or someone in Africa.
Yeah.
You could do more with it, and I'm not advocating for opportunism where people elsewhere are getting paid more for the very same service that can be provided in Africa. But there is a logic here.
Yeah.
That if the real income is more in Africa,
Yeah.
then maybe it's also a point to leverage that you can provide more competitive services,
Yeah.
because the value, obviously not to a huge detriment to the freelancer, but to give you a competitive advantage against all the others that are operating in this space. So how does that work?
Okay. So Jens, where are you also based in the States?
No, I live in the UK. I'm a banker. I live in the UK, but I mean the main thing is
All right. So let me just give a compare. I love the UK. So let me just so according to Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, basically um, someone that earns £1,000 a month, yeah, is the same with someone that earns 12,000 naira a month.
What's the conversion rate? So I know what we're
So
talking about.
so £1,000. I'm talking about the quality of life that you would live.
I get that, yeah.
You realize like you would agree with me that someone that earns 1,000 is really broke, here in the UK. And then in Nigeria, that figure is about the figure for the Nigerian, the 12,000 naira is 20, is equivalent to 20 less than £20, actually about £20. And and then for us, our focus is to help the freelancer earn about $200, which is about £150. And trust me, in the scale of things, it might not look that much, but for the business guy who is based here in the UK, it makes a lot of sense to have, you know, the way I think about it is this. You agree with me that some of the people who are wealthy in the UK built their wealth over time, right? And today, when you're trying to meet up to some certain standards, it's very difficult. So let's just give an example with actually one of the freelancers, and I hope he permits me to use him as an example here. So I'm going to, AY, do you permit me to use you as an example?
Yes, please go ahead, please.
All right, thank you. So when I met AY, right, AY was working at a TV station in Nigeria, and he was earning 80,000 naira, so about 100 pounds, right? And he was working 6 days a week, literally money. They basically had his life, basically, yeah. They had his life. And then basically he started working with us on Frolancer. And then today AY, one of AY's clients, hires AY for $300 per month. But for that client who is hiring AY for $200 a month with his skill set, because he's an amazing video editor and stuff that he does, and in that space, basically, that person that person came one day and was just really pouring out their heart to me, like, Mobu, like, you gave me my life back. Like, he was basically saying that through the platform, she basically got her life back. She could spend time with her family again. She basically could. She had a breather. Her clients were not on her every time because she had the help that she needed. And obviously she couldn't afford it in the UK, because if she's to hire someone like AY in the UK, she's gonna pay like a minimum of £2,000 a month. So what we are trying to create is that handshake whereby it's a win-win for people in both parts of the world. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Makes perfect sense. I see that a lot when you go on Fiverr, for example, and you engage with freelancers, say in India. You can get rates for same work done, usually much better customer service, more willingness to go, maybe creep the scope a little bit and entertain, shall we say, creative changes.
Yeah.
Than when you are dealing with the rigid framework of, I suppose it's contractually informed thinking when you're dealing with Western service service providers or Western freelancers. So that's good. I mean, I suppose at some point when the leverage swings more towards Frolance, then I think it is critical that the returns or the rates go up so that the real wealth can trickle back down where it really should be.
It's only natural. I mean and that would come with time. And the thing is this, like you see someone like AY could end up working with three, four different clients and still not have the level of, stress and work that he had to do when he was working at the TV station in Nigeria. So it's just we are creating a symbiotic handshake with the rest of the world. India literally grew their economy through services, and we just want to push that in the direction of Africa, because you can have more affordable and more qualified services from people in Africa than people in India. I've worked with people in India, both in the corporate space for quite a long time, and I know what I mean by saying that people in Africa are much more qualified. They speak better. I mean, there's a lot more. The time is much more aligned with the rest of the world, and so Africa makes better partners for anyone's business.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Another question in terms of because I think you've talked about you have remedies that you've put in place in terms of negotiating rates with payment service providers, because there are certain barriers that are put in place probably from the political engines in Africa that create inhibitions for these digital payment solutions to be able to interact or to receive payments through certain things. So I imagine that you don't have such a problem, you've overcome such a problem within your payment structure. And if you have, how so?
So we have, and that comes with a lot of negotiation, and but the thing is this: the cost of payment to us right now is still at least double the cost of payment anywhere in the West, right? So one of the things that we're doing towards that, we're actually currently in the process of building a payment gateway that would give a handshake between the world and Africa in a high trust environment. So we want to enable people to pay with what they know here, and then we want to enable people pay with what they know in Africa, and we want to enable people withdraw money with what they know here, and withdraw money with what they know in Africa as well. And we can do that for about 40% less than we are currently paying for payments right now. So that's one of the platforms that one of the things that we are building at the moment, that is going to be just we're focusing on a B2B market, which B2B to C, right? So anybody who is dealing with vendors, any merchant who is dealing with vendors in Africa would probably need our services because of some of those handshakes we've been able to create. Yeah, that's one of the gaps that we found whilst trying to do this, and we've been working really hard to bridge it.
Brilliant. I think that's great. I think wherever you face disadvantages or even not, it's always best to have your proprietary software, so that you don't find yourself having to fall back on the very bad contingencies or a very, very poor framework for contingencies, which just works your disadvantage. So really pleased. And the other thing you've said is great. Like when you have a solution such as a proprietary payment solution, it's very critical that you consider the other enterprises that need that kind of service and license it outward, so that it's not just a solution that's serving the purposes of your enterprise, but if you can also have other enterprises piggyback on it. So that
Definitely, definitely. It's gonna be a solution for only a few people like you would know that we have anything to do with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been really great hearing from you, gents. So we're gonna be calling it a day very soon. But I will open the room up for just one more question from anyone or one more comments from anyone. Who is going to take it? Let's go to Zoom so that let's end it with Zoom. How is Zoom? Who is going to take last question or last comment? Anyone? Who is going to take it? Zoom has been very quiet today. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no. I was like, maybe no one is interested in questions now.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome. I would like
so can I say something, please?
Please, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just like in the form of a testimonial. My wallet is currently opened in front of me, my Frolancer wallet.
Let me stop sharing.
Okay. I'm not joined with my system. Let me quickly join my system.
Okay, just say what you were going to say.
What I want to say. Okay. Yeah. So I start the first job I did here on Frolancer.
You can share your screen. I think that's nice.
Okay. You want to see, right? That's fine. I'm switching now.
This is real life testimonial.
Exactly.
But AY, another thing is this. You notice that even with yourself, you started earning through Frolancer even before we launched.
Yes, before the launch. Please, can you enable screen sharing, please?
Okay.
Yes, because this is very important.
Okay. Ayo, I think you need to log out from the other.
Yes, I'm doing that now.
Stuff you're using. Yeah.
Can people on Clubhouse hear Ayo?
Okay. Can you guys see my screen? People on Zoom? Sorry, people on Clubhouse, you'll be able to see this. Okay, so this is my wallet. So I have a pending earning of $300, So if you calculate, this is what I've already received now, and I've withdrawn close to $300 already, So if you calculate all this,
live and exclusive.
Yeah. This is about $800. And the first job I did, let me show you, March 16, can you see? So within the space of 2 months, I've made roughly $800,
Exactly. This is what we want to see.
Exactly. The joy about it is that, your income is not affected by Nigerian economy, by any African, economy of any African country. Do you understand?
So you are getting 510.
You said?
Rate.
No, the rate.
I mean rate.
Okay.
No, the rate is even like, close to a black market rate, which is like close to 600 Naira for $1.
Oh no. Wow, that's cool.
Exactly. So I mean,
Exactly.
you are not affected by anything happening in your environment, So it's a very good platform. And like you've seen yourself, I think I need to say less words now.
I'm in already.
Exactly. So you've seen it yourself. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Ayo. That was a very clear testimonial. We didn't have to say anything there. Yeah, the opportunities are there. And with your help, I really want to end by saying this, you are the change that you and Africa has been waiting for. You are the change that you and Africa have been waiting for.
God, 100.
Ridwan is still Ridwan. Don't worry about the 300 and something they give on Fiverr.
Don't mind you. I was just analyzing and comparing it with a work I just submitted this afternoon.
Exactly.
So like doing work in now and doing work in it's quite funny.
No, so no, Frolancer is on a whole different level. But just to end this, like I said earlier, the change we need, the opportunities we have, and the solutions we desire all starts with one. And Frolancer hopes to be one of the mediums that a lot of people will see and get the one opportunity that changes the trajectory of a life or a business while solving the world's talent issues and Africa's huge unemployment issue, which is either a time bomb or the biggest opportunity that the world has seen. And the choice is really ours. So I really encourage everyone to, be ambassadors of Africa, be ambassadors of Frolancer, and together we are going to create massive change within our continent. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Richmond. Thank you, Jens. Thank you, Lola Gideon. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ridwan.
Thank you for having us. It's a great one.
So much. Only you motivate you. Only you motivate you. What's your real name?
I am Mikosi.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Are you the guy that does NFT?
Really? Yeah.
Wow.
I'm still on that training.
Okay, that's amazing. Awesome. Good to have you
Okay.
here. And good to have every single person that's joined. It's really been an amazing evening, if you would agree with me. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
And may I? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I just felt it's just an added talk. Everything said was a great one, and it's really, really hopeful and inspiring. In fact, I'm in already. However, I don't know if it's possible. Is there a Telegram community whereby already? Do you understand me?
Yeah. It's something that we are going to do, but we have something called an impact forum on Frolancer itself. So it's something that you can join
Okay.
and be part of. And I think for the marketing team, I can see Lola on Clubhouse. It's something that I think we can think about introducing. So thank you so
Okay.
much, everyone. I really appreciate you guys. Have a good night
Mm.
and have a
You
good
too, sir.
afternoon
Thank you.
wherever you are.
Thank you.
Take care.
A question, please.
Sir, please don't forget to drop the email, your email, right?
Okay, it was on the screen. So my email is simple. It's mobile@frolancer.com. Mobile@frolancer.com. And
Okay.
or if you need any other thing, just email info@frolancer.com. Yeah.
Okay.
So really appreciate every single person. Richmond, Jens, Olufemi, Lola, thank you so much, everyone. Elvis, sisters, Samuel, Ibuku, really appreciate Joshua. Joshua is an amazing freelancer. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you. Ayo as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Sir, hold on. I think Mr. Jans wants to say something.
Thank you. No, I think everyone is done. Thank you.